Okay, I'd like to call the Village of Ashwaubenon Site Plan Review Committee to order for Tuesday, March 7th, 2023. Roll call, please.
Mayor Kodowski.
Here.
Dennis Persick.
Here.
Gary Paul.
Here.
Kira Rathburn.
Here.
Dale Quinn.
Here.
And Kurowski and Camper'n are excused.
Please stand for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And please remember our men and women throughout the world in uniform. I have no changes to the agenda. I need a motion to approve, please.
Move to approve as presented. Second.
Motion and a second to approve as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Number 5A, Site Plan Review Committee of the minutes of the regular meeting, February 22, 2023.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion and a second to approve those minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. 6, review plans for the following locations. A, action on a request by Old Dominion Freight regarding an addition to the cross-dock facility located at 1201 Contract Drive, parcel VA-22-14-L-50-1. Aaron.
All right, I will just share my screen here and bring up the drawings. So this is the second phase for Old Dominion of the redevelopment of the former FedEx trucking cross-dock facility on Contract Drive. The first phase, if you remember, was remodeling, redevelopment of the front facade, kind of the office building portion of the building. What this addition is if you look on the screen, I'll go back to the site plan. This will be an addition here to the south end of the building, about 5,700 square foot cross-dock addition, which basically is the area where the semis back up, drop off their freight, and head out again. In terms of the elevations, show the pretty standard cross-dock facility, quite honestly. They're generally not pretty, but they're very functional. In this case, the materials will be similar to what's already there, as the addition is less than 75% of the square footage of the building, and these are non-street facing elevations. They are able to use semi-concealed fasteners for the metal wall panels on the elevations. So that takes up most of the facade, as well as then, of course, the overhead garage doors. Going back to the site plan itself, you see the two entrances right here on Contract Drive. Those are remaining. There will be gate facilities at both entrances. The entire parcel will be hard surfaced with either concrete or asphalt. On the legend, it does indicate aggregate, but that's just a standard legend. There will actually be no aggregate on the property. So the southern half, or southern part of the property, then will actually have the stormwater pond, a wet pond right here, and the applicant is working with Steve Bird, our engineering folks, to kind of fine-tune some of the stormwater management requirements as submitted. In terms of recommended conditions of approval from engineering, reduce the curb cut on Contract Drive. We do allow for a maximum 40 foot for commercial, unless the existing is wider. Utility taps, coordinate utility work and road right-of-way with Al Farber, Village Utility Supervisor, including a note on the plan sheet so that's not missed. The utility installation charge is paid for by the property owner. Also from engineering, if looping the water main to two separate points on village system, backflow preventers are required. They're not required for single service line from a main into the property. Then the stormwater management notes, SLAM modeling, review the calculations using Green Bay rainfall instead of Madison, and then submit that and supporting information to engineering for their review and comment. Same as with the hydrology, redo the calculations for pre-development as opposed to existing the runoff flows. And then again, submit that to village engineering for review and comment. We had no comments from public safety, forestry, or bike and ped. If you have any questions regarding the submittal, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, we do have a representative from Manhart Consulting in the audience representing the applicant, as well as a number of representatives representing the applicant online.
I have no question.
Does anybody have any comments or questions?
Well, knowing a little bit about the building, I think it's a great improvement to the property there, especially with the hard surface they're putting down. All the requirements for the building materials are within our code, and they meet our specifications, so I don't see any problem with this project whatsoever. There's no other questions. I'll move to approve as presented with staff conditions.
Do we have a second? We have a motion and a second to approve with staff conditions as presented. Any other comments, concerns, questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, number 7, department reports.
We will actually have a meeting coming up here. I guess I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but I won't be here. David Buskell, one of our senior building inspectors, will be presenting on my behalf the one application that's come in so far. Other than that, we are actually finalizing delegation with the state for our building plan reviews, which with E-Plan exam, private consulting firm, as opposed to going to the state of Wisconsin for commercial plan review. What they will do is they guarantee review of commercial plans in 15 business days. With the state right now, they are 6 to 8 months, or 6 to 8 weeks out for commercial reviews. We actually used them just recently as well on questions that we had regarding a project that may take place in the village. Kurt will be responsive. So I look forward to bringing them on board to really help out our inspection staff and help create some efficiencies in terms of plan review that can help, I think, set us above the rest of the crowd a little bit when it comes to doing development here in the state.
So the state accepts their word.
They do, yep. They have a memorandum of understanding with the state, and they work very closely together.
As far as reviewing them with the state, will we still go back to the state, or basically are we planning to use this independent operation as a primary or our only source for review?
It's entirely up to the applicant. So if the contractor decides they'd rather go through the state, they certainly can.
Okay,
The fees and everything are still the same.
that answers all my concerns. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, the items for next agenda, it sounds like we will have a meeting.
We will.
Our meeting, though, and I want to mention this for April 4th meeting would be our typical meeting, but we will be having an election that day, so we cannot have it. This room is occupied. So does Wednesday possibly work? Wednesday the 5th at 3 o'clock?
I don't have a problem.
Everybody's checking their calendars.
Works for me.
Okay,
I'll make it work.
okay. Then we will change site plan for
I don't do
April 4th. We will change it to April 5th at 3 o'clock. Thank you all. And I need a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
This conference is no longer